Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. I do a vlog every single day here on the channel, and it's part of my 1000 day vlog series. So if you're not subscribed, I'd really appreciate a subscribed. Every day I talk about something completely uniquely different. Nothing's connected, everything's different every single day. And today I'm going to talk about why you should fight for something. So recently I saw a Netflix video where it was about Mike Tyson, and he was fighting Jake Paul and a guy who's half his age, and I guess there was a lot of money involved in that process, but I just remember thinking, here's a guy, Mike Tyson, who's similar in age to me, yet he's gone back in the ring for whatever reason. Might be money, might be the fact that he needs to look after his kids or whatever, family issues, who knows, but he's motivated by something, and he's gone back in the ring and fought for something. And that made me think about my life and about the things that I've had to fight for. And if you have to fight for it, it shows a level of commitment on your part. It shows that you have something in you that you want to fight and really, really go for. I mean, in life, people sometimes close doors on us, and we don't always appreciate and understand why that is, even though we really want to do it. But sometimes it's worth the fight. It's worth the aggravation to put yourself up for the fight, to go after it. Now, when I say fight, I mean determination. I abhor of violence. There's no place for violence. And so I'm on about the internal fight that you have in order to get something from life which you feel that you should benefit from. That's the fight I'm really talking about. And I think all of us have that in us. And sometimes, you know, we really do fight for something, but we never actually get where we need to go. And I look back on those times in my life, and they've actually been the right outcome, even though I didn't feel it was the right outcome at the time. So for example, say if you apply for a job, you get knocked back and you don't actually get that job, you feel really sort of, you know, upset, and you feel angered that you didn't get it, and it's just something that sits on you for a while. And then you realize you get, you know, your occupational needs push you down a different road, and you're actually in a better place than you actually thought you would be. So sometimes you have to accept the process, run with the process. And that's why sometimes, you know, when you do fight for something, you've got to sort of say to yourself, is this something that's going to benefit me? Is this something that I absolutely believe in? Now, for a typical example of people that go and fight for what they want is probably an awful lot of creative artists who've been very successful. They've had doors closed on them. They've had every avenue closed off. And yet they continue to pursue the dream. They go running after it, because fighting for what you want and what you believe in needn't sit on the shoulders of people who don't have that same vision as you. And that's why it's necessary for you to fight and go after your dream, because your dream is unique to you. And even though some people knock you back and say no, no isn't a rejection, it's a redirection sometimes. So redirecting you to fight in a different way sometimes is necessary. Now, I looked at that fight on Netflix with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and I don't know, part of me felt like, you know, I had a lot of respect for Mike Tyson. I've never really been an absolute boxing fan, but you know what? I've watched a few of his fights over the years, and I've watched a few boxing matches, and they seem to be full in all this pomp and glory and this macho, this feeling, and it's showmanship, isn't it? We watch it because, well, you know, we want to see who does win at the end of the day. And you've got two opposing characters there fighting their own corner, and there can only ever really be one winner. And sometimes in life that's like that, isn't it? You know, sometimes you can fight for something, not actually get it, and you feel that, you know, that you've just lost completely. But losing doesn't mean you have to lose forever. And losing can sometimes mean actually just not now, you know. Losing might mean maybe you'll get it next time. And but as you get older, I think we very much have that mindset where You know, if something's no, then we just write it off forever and don't actually return back to it. But I think sometimes if you return back to something with a fresh vigor, with a fresh eyes, and with that fresh fight, you know, you can absolutely get what you want to get out of life. Fighting for something isn't wrong, by the way. It's not wrong to fight for something. It shows commitment to it. It shows commitment to the process, and it shows other people that it's something that you want and that you believe in. And sometimes if they see you fight for something and believe in it, they will support you and help you. And how that sort of manifests itself can be in a lot of ways. It could be financially they help you. It could be they open doors for you. So they introduce you to somebody else. And you never really know. It's a bit of a ripple. It's like throwing a stone in a river. The ripple effect can be incredible, I think. So don't give up if you're fighting for something. Definitely don't give up. If you feel that it's a dream of yours, it's something that you want to achieve, it's somewhere you want to go, it's whatever it is, you know, you've got to give it the energy it deserves. But there's a skill in knowing when to stop as well. So I think, you know, there's a skill in knowing when to not pursue that anymore and maybe pursue something slightly different. But you know what? It's unique to everybody. We all have our own journey. We all have our own fight, and we all have our own abilities. But certainly going back to Mike Tyson, kudos to you, man. You know, he's my age, and I just think, yeah, you know what? He's got back in the ring. And in spite of all that chaos and madness, you know, it's nice to know that there are people out there that are still willing to fight for the things that they want, you know. So don't give up. Keep on going, and don't be afraid to sort of put yourself out there, because by doing that you'll get what you need, and by getting what you need you'll feel fulfilled, you'll have meaning, and you never know. If it is a no, don't worry too much. It's just redirection. That's all it is. Sometimes the path that you think is valid for you isn't necessarily the path that you should have. Sometimes having a different pathway can open up different sort of avenues for you, and you never know where that could take you. It's keeping that open mind and that ability to adapt and go after that other thing. Sometimes things reveal themselves to us, and we end up fighting for that other thing, because that other thing, it's so much better. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for listening to me. I really appreciate you. And if you're not subscribed, please give me a subscribe. I talk about something uniquely different every day. I normally talk about within the context of technology, the internet, fun stuff, anything that affects us as human beings, how I feel, how you feel. You message me and ask me to talk about certain things. And I've got a list of things that I've got to talk about. And as I say, this is part of my 1000-day vlog. So I will see you guys tomorrow on the next one with a completely different video. And as always, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.